For today's headlines, Department of Agriculture cushions food price hikes. Kuya Bong provides relief to Subic residents. Tulfo junks death penalty pushes addicts rehab. Alert level 2 by December likely. 6,000 bats rescued, poachers arrested. Half of GenSan inmates inoculated. Kids jab side effects minimal. Good morning, I am Venice Bautista and this is Tribune News on Q. Today is October 19, 2021 and these are the latest news this Tuesday morning. The Department of Agriculture on Monday mobilized production of fruits and vegetables in the nearby regions to cushion the impending price hike amid tight supply in Metro Manila due to the onslaught of Typhoon Maring. Agriculture Secretary William Dar told reporters in a press conference on Monday that they see the unaffected regions filling in the supply gap in provinces affected by Typhoon Maring. The fruits and vegetable supply can be provided by the unaffected regions because the DA have early on mobilized 2 regions to produce more vegetables and foods. Dar noted a slight movement in the prices of the commodities but reiterated that there is no significant price increase yet. They will monitor the prices regularly, and if there will be sellers and traders who will take advantage of the situation, they will punish them, he said. As of 9 a.m. of October 18, the DA has recorded 2.14 billion peso agricultural damage and losses in Cordillera Administrative Region, Ilocos, Cagayan Valley, Central Luzon, Mimaropa, Bicol Region, Western Visayas, and Soxargen due to Typhoon Maring. It has affected 76,442 farmers and fishers with a volume of production loss at 101,818 metric tons and 85,744 hectares of agricultural areas. Affected commodities include rice, corn, high-value crops, livestock and fisheries, and irrigation and agri-facilities. To provide immediate relief to farmers and fishers, the DA has activated a total of 1.5 billion pesos worth of intervention. The fund includes 650 million pesos in emergency loan assistance, where each affected farm and fisher household can borrow up to 20,000 pesos at zero interest, no collateral, and payable in 10 years. As poor and marginalized communities continue to bear the brunt of the public health crisis, the Office of Senator Christopher Bongo provided relief to the residents in Subic, Zambales, whose livelihoods have been adversely affected by restrictions to control the spread of the virus. In a video message at an activity last 14 and 15 of October, Go assured Filipinos that the government will continue to balance economic recovery and health protection, as he reminded residents of the simple and yet effective ways to put an end to the COVID-19 crisis. He also encouraged them to get vaccinated as soon as possible to help the country return to normalcy. Go staff handed out meals, vitamins, masks, and face shields to a total of 3,500 indigent residents, market vendors, and members of the local tricycle operators and drivers association. The activities were carried out in batches at the Kolehiyo ng Subic, Subic National High School, and Subic Central School in compliance with the protocols against COVID-19. They gave selected residents new shoes and bicycles for their commuting needs, as well as computer tablets for children's educational use. In a separate distribution, personnel from the Department of Social Welfare and Development also handed out with financial assistance as part of a continuing effort by the government to alleviate the adverse socioeconomic effects of the health crisis. The senator, as chair of the Senate Committee on Health, offered further assistance to those in need of medical care. He strongly advised particularly poor and indigent patients to visit the Malasakit Center at the President Ramon Magsaysay Memorial Hospital in Iba Town. Veteran broadcaster and senatorial aspirant Rafi Tulfo on Monday said he is strongly against the imposition of death penalty in the country. In an interview, Tulfo lamented the state of the country's justice system, where the rich can hire good lawyers, while the poor are unfortunately sentenced to death if they are unable to find a lawyer. He added that those poor people being sentenced are those who are unable to put money to bribe the police. Tulfo, a longtime supporter of President Rodrigo Duterte, also stated that he would not support the continuation of the administration's drug war campaign, which was proven to be a failure. If elected, Tulfo said that he would focus on rehabilitation of drug addicts, saying that they should be given a second chance. He added that the government's Oplan Tokhang should not only focus on small-time drug lords, but also on big-time criminals. Tulfo will run as an independent candidate for the upcoming 2022 polls. Tribune News on Q will be back after these short reminders.
Boto mo to Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Magandang araw mga katribo! Narito na ang mga makakasama nyo tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Roy Pelovelo, Comfy Manalo, Atty. Lia Badillo Crisostomo, Vernon Velasco, Kim Sancha at Chirk Balagtas. Abangan ang programang Gising Na mula alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga sa Facebook page ng Daily Tribune.
Ilabas ng mainit na kape at samahan kami sa inyong pag-almusal, mga katribo.
Sama-sama natin alamin ang mga natatagong istorya sa mga latest na kaganapan sa loob at labas ng bansa.
Simulan natin ang bawat umaga with good vibes sa mga informative and recreational segments ng aming programa.
Maaari niyo rin ibahagi sa amin ang inyong opinion via Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube.
Makichika na rin sa latest showbiz happenings, mga katribo.
Kaya naman, magkita-kita po tayo mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga at magsama-sama po tayo sa
Gising Na!
Boto mo to Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
We're back on Tribune News on Q. The National Capital Region would see a better Christmas if COVID-19 cases continue to decline, a member of the Department of Health Technical Advisory Group said on Monday. If the hospital utilization and other metrics continue to drop, maybe we will have a lower alert level status. Maybe by Christmas we would be at alert level 2, Dr. Edsel Salvana said in a media briefing. The government has downgraded the NCR alert level status to alert level 3 last weekend until 30 of October. Salvana, however, admitted the possibility that another surge remains a threat with the more relaxed alert level status. Every time restrictions are eased, the mobility also increases. There is really a higher chance for the virus to spread, he said. But we could stop it by adhering to our minimum public health standards, and our vaccination rate has also improved, so if one can get infected, the chance of getting severe is lower. In a separate media briefing, the DOH said that Metro Manila is showing a slow downward trend as the reported cases decreased by 27% compared to the previous week. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergire noted that from the past week, the capital region's average daily reported cases decreased to 1,448 compared to 1,981 reported 2 weeks ago. Vergire also said that the NCR, which is currently at moderate risk classification for COVID-19, continued to show a negative 2-week growth rate. And over the past week, the NCR showed negative 54% growth rate. However, its average daily attack rate remained at the high-risk classification at 12.28 per 100,000 population. Total bed and mechanical ventilator utilization rates also remained at low-risk classification at 43.60% and 43.68% respectively. Metro Manila's intensive care unit utilization rate is still at moderate risk classification at 59.47%. A total of 6,000 wrinkle-lipped bats were rescued while 4 suspected poachers were arrested by authorities in this town in an effort to preserve the biodiversity of the area. Department of Environment and Natural Resources Central Luzon Executive Director Paquito Moreno Jr. said that the agency, along with the Community Environment and Natural Resources Office Baliwag, the Philippine National Police, and the National Anti-Illegal Logging Task Force in Biak-na-Bato National Park conducted a sweep of the area and saw 4 suspected poachers gathering these animals. Moreno said that the 6,000 wrinkle-lipped bats are worth over 90,000 pesos. And the suspects, meantime, were identified as Rolando Santiago, Reynante Donito Gonzalez, Reggie Mangahas, and Ronald Santiago, all residents of Barangay Biak-na-Bato in San Miguel Town. The bats are classified as vulnerable species under DENR Administrative Order 2019-09 or the updated national list of threatened Philippine fauna and their categories. Hunting, destroying, disturbing, or mere possession of any plants or animals or products derived therefrom without permit from the Protected Area Management Board are strictly prohibited inside the protected area, Moreno said. The DENR has also filed criminal charges against the suspects for violating Section 20A of the Republic Act 7586 or the National Integrated Protected Area System Law as amended by RA 11038 or the expanded NIPAS Law. Section 21 of RA 7586 imposes a penalty of maximum of 500,000 pesos fine, exclusive of the damage value of wildlife, and a maximum of 6 years imprisonment. The dead bats were immediately buried to prevent potential spread of infection and zoonotic diseases, and some 100 living bats were released back into the wild. The DENR warned the public that any persons would involved in illegal wildlife trade and destruction of protected areas shall be penalized under existing environmental laws, rules, and regulations. Nearly half of the 1,230 persons deprived of liberty or PDL or inmates of the city jail in general have already been vaccinated against the coronavirus disease 2019. City Jail Warden, Jail Superintendent Metz Milton Plasencia said that the acceptance rate among the PDL for the vaccines has been high and most of them have signed up voluntarily to get inoculated against the deadly disease. Plasencia said some 605 inmates, or 49% of the jail population, have so far received at least the first of the vaccine. A total of 279 PDL have been fully vaccinated, while 326 others are currently waiting for their second doses, and the official added that vaccinated inmates are under priority group A2, or senior citizens, and A3, or persons with comorbidities. With the start early this month of the vaccination for the rest of the adult population in Region 12, Plasencia said they are hoping that the remaining 625 inmates will be vaccinated in the coming weeks. This will complement with the government's efforts to achieve population protection early against COVID-19, Plasencia said, noted that all of their eligible personnel, including those assigned in the female dormitory, are now fully vaccinated. The city jail is managed by the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology. Tribune News on Here will be back. Stay with us.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage. Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
You are still watching Tribune News on Q. In other news, the Department of Health revealed on Monday that only 4 out of the 1,509 children with comorbidities experienced mild side effects after they received their first dose of the coronavirus 2019 vaccine. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergire disclosed that based on the initial report, 1 experienced high blood pressure, 1 had an allergic reaction, while 2 experienced stress-related reactions. Vergire noted that all of these are non-serious adverse effects and were managed immediately. Meantime, the Department of the Interior and local government noted that 13 more hospitals in the National Capital Region are set to participate in the ongoing vaccination of minors with comorbidities. DILG Undersecretary Jonathan Malaya said that local government units in Metro Manila already identified which hospitals will participate in the vaccination of individuals aged 12 to 17-year-old with comorbidities or pediatric A3. According to Malaya, they will add 13 additional local hospitals. It will start this Friday until October 31. He added that the 3 of the additional hospitals that will participate are Caloocan Medical Center, Hospital ng Parañaque, and Pasay General Hospital. The vaccination of pediatric A3 has started in select hospitals in Metro Manila, such as Philippine Children's Medical Center, Fe del Mundo Medical Center, National Children's Hospital, Philippine Heart Center, Pasig City Children's Hospital, Philippine General Hospital, St. Luke's Medical Center, and Makati Medical Center. The DOH is aiming to vaccinate 144,000 minors with comorbidities for October. And that wraps up the stories this morning. Before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store, Department of Tourism, Araneta Center, MG Motors, Hina Motors, Security Bank, and Overseas Community Affairs Council Member Alan Lin of Republic of China for their continued support. Again, this is Venice Bautista, and you are watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning!